What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning into the first episode of my podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's been affecting a lot of cities, including Annapolis, where I was born and raised: gentrification. We're focusing on areas like Eagle Alley and Downtown Annapolis. These areas are changing a lot, and it's all because of gentrification. So let's talk about what that really means and how it's changing the vibe of the city. Alright, so y'all are probably wondering, what's gentrification? Basically, it's when a neighborhood goes from being lower income to a place where wealthier people move in. This makes prices go up and sometimes force the original residents to move because they can't afford to live there anymore. It's happening in a lot of places, including right here in Annapolis, and we really don't think about things like that, but it's reality. Let's start with Eagle Alley. I don't know if y'all ever been here, but just know. It's a lot of nice yachts, the big marinas, and luxury. There's yacht clubs like Annapolis Yacht Club and Eastport Yacht Club, which is kind of adjacent to like Spot Creek across, that bring in a lot of wealthy people. And when people with money move in, they want fancy restaurants, high-end stores, luxury condos. That's all fine and good, but the problem is it makes things more expensive for people who have been living here for years. Like, rent goes up and local businesses can't compete with all the new places that cater all those rich tourists that be coming to visit. And trust me, I know that problem. You can't even get a one-bedroom apartment for less than $1,500 a month here. Now let's talk about Downtown Annapolis, which Eagle Alley is in, but I'm going to explore kind of like the area in a larger scale. It's historic, cobble streets, historic buildings, kind of like Fells Point where we went to visit. Has places like the Maryland State House, so it's basically a huge tourist spot for people in Maryland or around the world. But here's the thing, because more people are moving in, the prices are going up. So the city is getting more expensive, and the people who can't afford these new prices are being kind of pushed out. So it's making this feel less of a neighborhood that people used to know. One factor to all this change is St. Mary's High School. It's a private school located a few blocks from Eagle Alley. It's one of the main reasons some of the wealthier families are coming to Annapolis. I know what y'all are gonna do. Y'all are gonna grab your phones, go look up how long the school's been here, prices and everything. But look, I'm gonna give you the answer right now. It was founded in 1862. But hear me out. Y'all gotta hear me out on this one. You're telling me that low-income families that have been here are gonna spend at least $11,000 per year just for tuition for elementary school? That's crazy. And $18,000 to $21,000 per year for high school when you can go to a public school for free? Yeah, I don't think so. This is what I mean, though. This area is kind of like evolving to tailor those wealthier families. Now, right across the street from Eagle Alley, kind of across the parking lot, you could say, is the Naval Academy, which is another big part of Annapolis. It's this giant symbol of tradition and prestige. It looks cool and it's important, but it also kind of separates people. I don't know if y'all have been here, but the whole Naval Academy is kind of surrounded by a big kind of wall with different entrances in between. So it kind of just, like I said, separates people. You got the academy, $1 million homes, and yacht clubs all in one area. Meanwhile, a lot of families in Annapolis are struggling to rent out other parts. Anyway, let me read you the short story that I found online that kind of caught an interest. Basically, the author's saying the writer that went to go visit two kids, Jaden Hill and Rondell Franklin, who live in public housing here in Annapolis. They had never sailed before, never been that close to the Naval Academy or the private beaches that surround it, but this summer they got a chance to sail thanks to scholarships and a mentor who wanted them to experience something different. The writer said, That story honestly says so much about Annapolis. Sailing is a huge here. It's like a whole lifestyle. But for a lot of kids in this city, especially Black and Latino kids, it's just not something they've had access to. These yacht clubs are expensive, and most members are white, just like Eastport Yacht Club, where Jaden and Rondell went to camp. One of the only black members is the guy who helped them get in, said the writer. Basically, he's kind of saying, well, there was a time when anyone in Annapolis could hang out by the water, go fishing, take a boat out without needing a ton of money. But now, most of those places are locked down, private docks, expensive marinas, or areas you just need access to pay to get access to. That's the tough part about gentrification. It's not just about rising prices, but it's also about who actually gets to enjoy the city and who slowly is being pushed out to the sidelines. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope this made you think about how gentrification affects more than just buildings. It affects real people, real family, and also the future of Annapolis.